Hello everybody, this is Imran Jamil once again, and today again after a long time I'm heading out for a road trip, but this one is more for the need than leisure. But obviously, when you're going on a road trip, you can just turn it into a leisure as well. And one of the reason is that with the job market and everything else, I'm just trying to explore a few other options, and that's why in this weather, which is very gloomy and rainy, me and my younger son, we are heading down to Texas from Maryland. And this is day one. It's already 4:15 or so p.m. So we're gonna drive usually up until like midnight, stay over somewhere, and then leave the next day. Usually it's a 20-hour drive, but we'll keep you posted. When I go on a longer trip, usually I just take it easy, stay with the limits or nearby the limits, and just enjoy. So right now entering Virginia, this is Potomac River. It's not as wide and big in all areas, but over here I think this is one of the widest. We left around the rush hour Friday in this weather and wanted to avoid the DC traffic directly. So came through the west, like from where I was, took 70 west to 15 south, and now through 340 and just entering Virginia. Let's see. It's a long drive. Obviously, you can't really be thinking about when are you going to reach there. A drive like that basically requires you to just look at the next destination and then move on. So we're gonna get some gas over here, I guess. But look at that mountain. Overall, it's just beautiful. The whole surrounding. You can just stop at this gas station just to look at the scenery. As you saw in the introduction, why are we doing this road trip? This also puts an end to my absence from the YouTube channel now called Life Enthusiast. So let's get on with it. The job market had been rough, really rough. Companies were laying people off left and right. It has become like a game of like corporate dodgeball, and I got hit. And I had always been in tech, but lately even that felt as stable as a Jenga tower in an earthquake. And when I lost my job, I knew I needed a change, a big one. I sat down with my son Talha, who was on his spring break. He's 14, a good kid, and was thrilled to join me. We talked about exploring new opportunities in Texas. Talha was all in. He was at that age where new adventures were like candy. He loved computers too, just like his dad. Maybe this exploration would even inspire him to pursue cybersecurity one day, or at least keep him off video games for a bit. Texas was a long way from Maryland, like really long. We considered flying, but something about driving called to us. The open road, the wind in our hair, the endless snacks. We decided to make it a road trip, an adventure. Cue the epic music. Plus, having a car in Texas would be essential. Texas is huge, like really huge. This was our chance to see the country again, to bond, to make some new memories, and maybe eat some questionable gas station food. This wasn't just about a new job. It was about a new start and trying to move into the private sector again. We were both ready to go. To maximize the Lincoln Navigator's cavernous space, I bought a car travel mattress so Talha could snooze in the back like a king if he wanted. Our crown jewel, besides our clothes and essential gadgets, was my trusty Lincoln Navigator. It was spacious enough to fit all our stuff and comfy enough for a cross-country odyssey. Talha made sure to pack his essentials too. He's a trooper, always game for new escapades. I was thrilled he had that enthusiasm, especially with all the changes on the horizon. The Lincoln Navigator as our chariot meant we had a rolling castle. We could meander, explore, and not rush into anything. The open road was beckoning us. We were both a bit jittery, but mostly pumped. This was our golden opportunity to bond and uncover new job prospects in Texas, especially in cybersecurity, and we were ready to seize it. Driving through state after state was like flipping through the pages of a never-ending storybook. Talha and I jammed to our favorite tunes and had deep philosophical discussions about, well, everything. He constantly amazed me with his encyclopedic knowledge of cars and their inner workings. He could name any make and model faster than you could say road trip. He even started diagnosing engine sounds like a mini car whisperer. Dad, that old pickup truck sounds like it needs a new muffler, Talha would declare. And sure enough, as we passed, the truck would roar like a lion with a sore throat. We made pit stops at quirky attractions and everything in between, and we indulged in every culinary delight he fancied at each stop. It was exhausting, yet utterly magnificent. We were crafting memories, the kind that only a road trip can offer. Of course, something had to go wrong. Just as we were cruising outside of New Orleans, disaster struck. My trusty navigator started coughing up bluish white smoke like it had a bad case of the flu. We limped into a tiny town, the car wheezing and shaking like it was suffering from tremors. I was livid. I had noticed this rough idol before and even convinced Lincoln to check it out. But now here we were, stranded. We made it to a gas station and called Lincoln Roadside Assistance. Thank God for my son's presence, who handled the situation like a pro. We crawled to the nearest O'Reilly parts store to diagnose the issue with their ODB scanner. The codes pointed to a coil issue, so I replaced coils on bank 6 and 4. But guess what? It didn't work. We were stuck in a ghost town on a late Saturday afternoon. After hours of struggle, we finally secured an Uber to Baton Rouge, an hour and a half away. At the airport, we snagged the last available rental car for a one-way trip to Houston, 5 hours away. Back on the road, but it was too late to continue. We decided to crash for the night in Lafayette, Louisiana. We had to continue the next morning. Being stranded in a small Louisiana town wasn't ideal, but hey, at least we got some rest before hitting the road again the next morning. I had 2 appointments in Houston the next day and an interview in Dallas 2 days later. Talk about a fully packed schedule. And then I had to figure out how to pick up my car from Louisiana once it was fixed. Oh, such are the joys of road trips. This was just the beginning of our adventure. We still had a long way to go, and who knew what other challenges awaited us? Maybe a flat tire or a surprise detour. Would we find job opportunities in Texas, or would it be a waste of time? Would I find what I was looking for, or just more questions? One thing was for sure. We were in this together. And I was so thankful to enjoy this quality time with my younger son. Stay tuned for the next episode to find out what happens next. Thank you for watching.